Brown vs. Entertainment Merchants Association circa 2006. You might be thinking, why is this a Supreme Court case? Well, even though there are boards like the ESRB which states what games you can and cannot 360 quickscope in or use alcohol, the law proposed by California was a fight against bodies like that. It's like a library banning a book because of a political view. It's unconstitutional. In 2005, California state legislature passed AB 1179, banning the sale of violent video games to anyone under 18, and required games to be labeled beyond the extent of the ESRB. Anytime a game store would violate this, they would end up with a $1,000 fine. The bill was signed into law by the Terminator himself, Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger. Little did he know that the First and 14th Amendment were violated when signed into law. The bill was proposed when Senator Leland Yee, who was a child psychologist, who led himself to believe there was a connection with video games and violence. For example, if you play Grand Theft Auto where you can kill people, you would go out and kill people because you could do it in a game. See the logical fallacy in that? And we are off to the district court. Not only were the ESA and Video Software Dealers Association appealing the law in the Northern District of California, where it was shown in evidence that there was no proof that video games were more or less established connecting between media and violence. This decision made by District Judge Ronald M. White was set in August 2007, only to have it appealed by the governor in September of that year. To the Ninth Circuit Appeal, Arnold Schwarzenegger appealed the ruling in September 2007, stating that he would vigorously defend this law for a responsibility to our kids and our communities to protect against the effects of games that depict ultra-violent actions. After 2 years of debating and fighting, the Ninth District Court found that the act hadn't clearly and legally provided ways to determine if games are violent based on the sticker on the box, ruling it unconstitutional, and the Terminator strikes for a third time. Supreme Court for days, yo. What is weird is that the Supreme Court had already heard cases for laws like this from other states, but that's not the point. The Progress and Freedom Foundation and Electronic Frontier Foundation came up with a brief that Super Mario Bros., the NES game, was a violent video game. Not only did video game publishers jump to the cause against the law, other bodies that regulate content for media jumped in as well, fearing that their industry would be affected. The ACLU and several states came out and stated there is no link. Once Jerry Brown became governor in 2010, the case was named as it is. And on June 27, 2011, Supreme Court came to a 7-2 opinion striking the law as unconstitutional under the First and 14th Amendments. You can check those out on screen. So our question is, does the First Amendment bar states from making and enforcing laws like this?